Rivah brought up how these children in Chicago jumped on somebody's mama. I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down. But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama. Do you hear me? I grew up Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama because there was still respect in the community.
She only spoke to our Sade Gray about this horrific attack, and Sade is live in our newsroom with more from this exclusive story.
So I actually saw this story when I was scrolling on social media. It's actually a news story in which a mother, a Chicago mother, was walking with her 2 children. She was walking them home from school, and the kids from the school jumped the mom and the kids.
Well, Marie, Korshonda Hatter says she's still in physical pain after she and her son were brutally attacked with her young daughter just steps away. Her legs are bruised, and it's hard for her to walk.
And I'm talking about, I lived in the projects. If your mama came and picked you up from school and walked with you, gangbangers would be like, nah. Okay, you with your mama.
Come on, blood. Shamar looking at. Look at them ankles.
So as you can see, there's a grand distance between the mother and her children and the children. So it's obviously like, it's not like she's sitting there antagonizing these kids. It's not like, you know, there's some kind of engagement going on between her children and the other kids. Like, this is completely like unprompted, just nasty, disrespectful, distasteful behavior against this mother and her children.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mother come to your door, who ready to kill you, and your mama answer the door. They'll be like, hey, Miss Wilson, how you doing? Will Leroy come outside? And if Leroy won't come out, they'll be like, all right. That's how I grew up, homie. Yes. I see you when I see you.
But what hurts her the most is her children are still suffering.
My son is, he's very devastated. He'll wake up out of him in the middle of his sleep, screaming. He'll scream, "Mommy, are you there?"
She's sick. She has sickle cell. So I guess they seen a little weakness on her because she's, you know, kind of walking a little slow. And they have no right to put their hands on an adult.
Phil said it. I'm talking about these is killers, though.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying? Killers for real. But there was still enough respect in the community where a family was given a pass. Now, nothing.
It's the parents' fault, and I've been calling out the culture for a long time. And I've been saying that all of this bad behavior, this club lifestyle, the music that we listen to, it all leads to degeneracy, and it all leads to something that none of us wants to see, and that's our children suffering because the parents have an inability to raise their children effectively, which then resulted in this woman suffering and getting mollywopped by a group of kids and getting stalked.
I'm gonna be the one to say it because ain't nobody else gonna say it. But to all the parents of those Chicago kids that jumped their mother and her 2 babies, y'all need to be at court on Monday.
Now the community wants to come together. Now the people want to sit there and march. Now the people want to sit there and have a conversation about how to solve for things. And they still not coming up with the right solutions because you talking about bullying. That's not bullying, that's gang culture. Everything you seen happening was gang culture. It's 100% gang on everything culture.
Well, you polite savages, it's about damn time that we stop accepting this BS. We see it over and over again. Fatigue after fatigue after fatigue. And yes, we sit here and we make excuses. The ladies of the community are going to make excuses. Well, the fathers ran off, this and that, blabble, blabble. Ma'am, you claim that you're big and strong and you're there and you're doing the best you can. You need to talk to these children. And if the father's present and this happened and he is an absolute failure, lower than dirt, a loser, and I don't care how upset anybody gets about it, because if your kid's wilding out like that and you make any excuse for them, anything less than boot the arse, then you, sir, are the problem.
So I knew that the lady in this video with the Chicago bully was not the mother, and it turns out I was right. Cause here go the mammy right here. Yeah, I knew that whole apology video was some bullshit because shortly after they dropped it, Mom Deuce here decided to post this on her Facebook page saying, kids gonna be kids, and once again talking about her daughter's good grades and her daughter being the captain of the cheerleading team, blah, 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 blah. Y'all can pause to read this bullshit. Now, Mom Deuce here decided to deactivate her Facebook page shortly after making this post. I guess she couldn't take the heat. But I found another Facebook page of hers that's very much still active, at least the last time I checked. And here's yet another one of her Facebook pages, which last time I checked was very much active. Now, while Mom Deuce here put out that statement defending her daughter for being the ringleader of that assault, Papa Smurf has been largely quiet, but this is his Facebook page. And with parents like these two, it's no surprise why their daughter is running around here assaulting grown women and their kids.
And that's why their kids are out of control. You see, what happens is that when you're more interested and the only thing you tell your kids is mommy be back, then your kids absolutely resent the fact of all adults. They're running wild, YN's on the loose. And this is the image that it boils down to. The entire world sees this. Chicago is thought of as an international cesspool. And I gotta keep it a buck. I know everybody from the South Side isn't wilding out, all YN'd out. I got fam from the South Side and they lived during the urban war because they were absolutely poor. But when they made it, pulled themselves up by their bootstraps, they had to get up and get out and be somebody. And they looked me dead in the eyes and told me I can't go back to the old neighborhood because the old neighborhood ain't the same neighborhood. Violence, government failure, struggle, and cold ass winters. And it's sad to say it's been like that for a long, long time. You dig?
If you get a society that is broken to the point where the kids can get it, there needs to be a hard reset, man. The kids are the ones we are supposed to be bringing up for the future.
Right.
But in this day and time where the houses are absent of daddy.
I never addressed him. I addressed black women. Because nobody supports gangsters and gays more than a black woman. The black woman is the #1 cheerleader for gayism and gangsterism. She date them and she raise them.
The presence of a strong male is gone.
Yeah, that's real shit.
So the children are gonna run amok and get gunned down as they home invade people's house. Mm-hmm. The man is gonna put his hands on that little girl who thought she was bold enough to hit his son in front of her because she was bigger than him. We in a cold part of this world, man, and the teachers that refuse to work around these children, they are not out of pocket.
So today, a 7th grade student projectile sneeze all over my legs. And I know it doesn't sound bad, but just think about this, like projectile sneeze. I mean, I felt it hit hard. It like hit me hard. And it was a lot of freaking snot in his nose. All I could say was, oh my goodness. And I said it multiple times. All the kids were looking at me like, oh my God. He did it to her. He did it to her. He did it to her. She's going to go off.
One of the moms of the children who were involved on social media. And it says, let me say this. First, my daughter is a grade A kid. She's an AB student, captain of the cheerleading team, ahead of her class, and some more ish. Y'all used to be out here beating up dope heads and all. Y'all don't know us at all. She was peer pressured. If you know my family, you know if we find a friend in a MF, we gonna stand behind them 100%, no matter what. But this is definitely a lesson learned.
Wait. Stop the timeline.
Some motherfucker always trying to ice skate uphill.
And what you've just witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, is the lack of accountability, the lack of a thought process, the lack of humility. The hubris to think that you're going to jump on social media, run your face over and over again and justify and try to say that this kid who jumped a person who was disabled, that this child is a good kid, a great kid. Oh, if you know my kid. No, we don't know your kid. What we know of your kid is that your kid did something absolutely ridiculous. And yes, kids do dumb things, but if you come here and justify the stupid thing that your child does, you're telling your child that doing the thing that they did is okay, thus making you just as culpable. A matter of fact, you need to go to court. You need to get arrested. You need to be be in trouble. You need to understand the consequences of your kids' actions should reflect directly on you, and then I bet you wouldn't have such a cavalier attitude with your garbage ass.
Trash!
Polite savages.
It's all in the system, Jay. It takes more than this show to get into that. We need a lot of time to get into the reasons of things. It's not just important that it's happening. I think what's even more important is why is it happening?
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. Well, you polite savages, it's time to have a bigger conversation about what exactly is going on in the community from coast to coast, from city to city. It seems that the respectability factor is absolutely gone out of there like last year. What am I talking about? I'm talking about how you could be walking with your mother and then a bunch of kids gonna run up on her, put boots to her, slap her, beat her. What's going on here? Back in the day, we never had to worry about our mothers walking down the blocks, walking around the hood, because there was an unwritten rule. You don't mess with somebody's family. And the people who did it, they were rounded up and dealt with accordingly. And of course, the parents are gonna come out here and say their kid is a good kid and this and that. Your kid's not a good kid. If your kid engaged in this behavior, they're not a good kid. But someone's always gonna say one time does not define their entire actions or their entire being. But let's keep it real. One mistake can ruin your life for the rest of your life. And it's time for us to face these facts.
This lady is saying that she wants to press charges on the kids and their parents. And people are saying, get your kids, get your kids, get your kids, get your kids together. And the reality is that how are they gonna get their kids together when all their parents are single moms? Now, I know what you're gonna say. Well, my mom was a single mom and she raised me not to end up like that. That may be true.
Unto others as they would do unto you, correct? So I'm talking about that community, baby, because the mother is not well enough to do it herself. The community of Chicago definitely needs to find and figure out where all of these daggone kids are and their daggone parents is. Because when it comes to situations like this, it is sad. It is ridiculous. It is a bunch of because y'all really sitting out there bullying people. That is bullying. All because of the way she talks and because she moves so, all because of her sickle cell disease. And y'all want to play like y'all can't be touched? Oh, baby. And to the mother of Baby Bop's daughter, because y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, the ringleader that hit the mom first, okay? To the mother, yes, St. Patrick. Oh, baby, I'm coming. And when I say I'm going to read you down, I'm going to read you down because I saw exactly what you posted on Facebook. But now your scary ass want to sit there and deactivate your social medias.
Back in 2023, Chicago Councilman Ray Lopez proposed that parents get fined up to $5,000 if their child is involved in any public unruly behavior. According to the New York Post, under Lopez's proposal, any legal guardian who willfully or knowingly allows their child to engage in a host of offenses, wreaking havoc on the quality of life in Chicago neighborhoods, would be subject to fines ranging from $1,000 to $5,000.
And we said it 100 times. It's the image. It's the image that we portray out there. It's the image of the woman and the image of the man. When the image is destroyed, then things follow. When are we going to take our image back? You folks love to complain about people trying to do the right thing. You love to blabble on. You love to say, oh man, just mind your own business. But when we mind our own business, then the first thing you say is, why don't you come back to the hood? Why aren't you coming back to the hood and helping us out? Why aren't you giving back to the community? Because the community don't give a damn. And I'm going to tell you right here, I got to love my community from afar. I gotta love you fools from afar because where did Nipsey get got? In his community. Where the most people who get got in their community, in their hometown. Could it be your own people who come after you? Look at this lady. There's no reason that this should have happened, but it did.
You want the image, our ethnic image to be better? Black men have to fight and are continuing to fight to wrestle our image back to have one of respect, power, and confidence. When are you ladies going to fight to take your image back from that? Unless you want to be associated with bonnets and slippers in the damn airport. When are y'all gonna fight to say, I'm tired of this, just like you want black men to be tired of that?
I ask black people all the time, you tell me something good about us in the last 40, 50 years that we can be proud of and take to the ancestors. We've gone backwards compared to where they moved forward to get us here. What have black people done in the last 50 years that they can stand up in the world and say, yeah, we proud, black and proud. We ain't got nothing we can be proud of, homie. I can't think of nothing good black people do today besides play sports. And they play that for white folks good. We ain't good no more. It's some individual good people, but collectively, we up.
So what's the solution? The solution is quite simple. Self-accountability. These folks ain't taking no accountability for themselves. This mother gonna come on here and say, don't come after my kid because my kid's a good kid. No, your kid is not a good kid. Let's just keep it real. We gotta be honest with ourselves. We gotta look at some of the community and say, if you don't shape up, we gonna have to ship you out. Excommunication. That's right, turn your back on the garbage. But what do you expect from Chicago? I mean, I love the city, it's beautiful, but politics-wise, it's been a failure my entire life. You can't act like you're born behind enemy lines. Everybody's against you. It's hard on the yard to turn around and act a damn fool, because what you do is you prove them right when I'm trying to prove them wrong. You dig?
So new for us here at 4, nearly 1,500 teachers out at Chicago Public Schools. The layoffs come on the heels of a doomsday budget with a $700 million gap to be filled. But CPS says today's cuts are not related to this year's deficit.
Here, Johnson is doubling down on calls for the state of Illinois to fund Chicago Public Schools. The teachers union says it wants Governor Pritzker to allocate more than $1 billion to CPS. And today, the mayor's supporting that move.
So what the mayor is basically trying to convince you guys, this Democrat mayor who has spent an egregious amount of money on illegal migrants, is trying to convince you that it is not his responsibility. He's passing the blame. He's passing the buck to previous administrations. Never had anything to do with how he's handling the finances and the resources of the city itself. Hey, listen, we just gonna go to our daddy, the state, and beg for more money.
Rivah brought up how these children in Chicago jumped on somebody's mama. I'm telling you, man, I'm from the projects, homie. I'm from where it go down. But when I was growing up, nobody would run up on your mama. Do you hear me? I grew up Robert Taylor Homes, 5266 South State, last white building next to the hole. Gangbangers, grown or not, would not run up on you while you was with your mama.
Then you wonder why your child is so disrespectful. You can go in the supermarket.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see a mother got her child or children, and the son or the daughter want to get that particular item, candy or cookies, and the mother may say, no, Billy, you can't have that. I didn't come for that, Bill.
Right. Right.
Before you know it, he go walk up to his mother and kick her right on her ankle.
That's the real.
And then stand and look at her.
That's right.
And she like, ow, ow, Bill, why you so bad? And he say, shut up.
That's the real. That's true.
Now, if that was us coming up,
oh my Lord,
our bodies would have replaced the groceries.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom, we're out.
We found true happiness